My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, today we have ended the 11th week of Ordinary Sunday. For today's reflection, the Gospel is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 38 to 42. The heading given for this passage is Jesus teaching about retaliation, where we hear Jesus saying, "You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, offer no resistance to one who is evil. When someone strikes you on your right cheek, turn the other one to him as well." Now, this passage is part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. Jesus' Sermon on the Mount is given in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 5, 6, and 7. Now, these three chapters contains a lot of teachings of Jesus which give new meaning to the old existing laws, gives a new approach, a new dimension to the existing laws. Because Jesus gives a radical approach towards the older teaching that was existing in the world. It is very easy to give judgment or justice based on the wrong that is done. The old law, what it means, it was a matter of justice and revenge. And this law existed in order to prevent crime and in order to restrain evil. But Jesus goes a step further, because Jesus' way of doing things are unique, and therefore Jesus gives us a radical love command. And this we can understand in the present world also. Whenever people seek justice, they want to the amount or to the extent that the injustice has been done. I remember an incident when I was in another school. A boy had beaten another boy, and that big issue became a bigger issue. Next day, from both the boys' side, plenty of people have come to my office. And the boy who have been wronged, from their side, the parents are telling that at least the boy should ask pardon from that boy to whom the wrong has been done. And the boy who had wronged willingly asked him pardon and said, "I am very sorry for what I have done." But without any of us expecting anything, the boy who had been wronged gave another slap to the boy who had slapped him, and he immediately said, "I am also sorry." And this is what, my dear brothers and sisters, the present world means justice. And this is what they want, how your wrong has to be corrected. But Jesus' way of doing things is completely different. A new approach, a new dimension. This we can see from the life of Jesus Jesus himself, where a woman caught in the adultery was brought by the leaders and scribes and Pharisees to Jesus, presenting her and quoting her the law of Moses to stone her to death. But Jesus deals with them and with her in a different manner. We can see it in St. John's Gospel, chapter 8, verse 11, where Jesus is asking, is no one thrown stone at you? And the woman answers, "No." Jesus tells her, "I too do not want to punish you." But he tells, "Go and sin no more." And this is the way Jesus deals with a sinner, deals with a criminal or an offender who has committed an evil. And this we can see from the life of Jesus himself when he was hanging on the cross, telling to the people who are committed sins against him, on praying there on the cross. Luke chapter 23 verses 34, Jesus telling to them, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Same thing, my dear brothers and sisters, we can see in the lives of people who follow Jesus. We can see from the life of Graham Stainis' wife, Gladys Staines. She has said that I have forgiven the person who have committed crime against her husband, murdered her husband. But she tells, I have forgiven him, I have no bitterness. Same way, Sister Mary Kuti, who was murdered in Madhya Pradesh, her parents have forgiven and taken that person who has committed that crime as their own son. And we can see from the life of Maximilian Kolbe, instead of the person who was supposed to die, he offered himself to be killed by injecting carbolic acid on him and gave his life as a ransom. And my dear brothers and sisters, and this is what Jesus is telling us. But if we follow this teaching of Jesus, it could mean to us that people can take undue advantage. And does Jesus mean that we should not have military force, we should not have political force or courts, etc., allowing all the evils to take place? No, Jesus does not mean that. But Jesus wants us to be radical in showing love, radical in giving justice, and meeting the demands of an offender. How to handle? The world is for tit for tat and an eye for eye. But Jesus' way of doing things is different. When we do things indifferently, then only we are Christians. Then will we follow Jesus. Otherwise, X, Y, Z, all are doing the same thing. Tit for tat, an eye for eye, tooth for tooth. This is existing all over the world. But Jesus is different. Jesus is unique. His approach is unique. His love is radical. His love demands from each of his followers to give oneself totally and fully. Not in the way the world deals, not the way the world takes revenge, but instead of hatred, love. This is what Saint Francis of Assisi in his prayer for peace of the world, putting his prayer, where there is hatred, let me show love. And this is what our Christian understanding of the man who died on the cross. And this is what, when we follow Jesus, we need to exhibit ourselves in a radical love. And therefore only when St. Paul talking about the things existing in the world, faith, hope, and charity, above all this, love prevails. So love has to be an instrument. The radical love has to be an important part of our Christian life. Are we ready to face that challenge that Jesus is placing before us? That is the radical love. Amen.